It helps to know the flows. Just having these, I've spent 2 days with Craig, discussing this and stuff. So I have a little bit of an idea of what it goes. But that's where you have those conversations with the farmer. You can look at all the data in the world. You can look at the rain curves and that kind of thing, and design it. And then you come down here and then you go, it didn't work. And that local knowledge of farmers, especially farmers who've been on land for generations, you get the grandfather, then you get a lot of, this actually blows, this does this and this does that, which you wouldn't be able to get when you model. On some of the wetlands that we do, we put a sediment trap in at the top. The fastest way to stop the effectiveness of the wetland is getting a whole lot of sediment in there and turning it into a dry land. So I put a big sediment trap in that takes water flow in, slows it down in that little bit of a pond, and then out and then into the wetland. So that my sediment drops out there, which drops out most of my phosphorus if I'm dealing with nutrients, and then the wetland will take up the remaining phosphorus and nitrogen. Usually I don't have to deal with sediment control doing construction because I'm not dealing with flowing water. Also, I usually do mine the driest part of the year because I want that soil to settle before I get rain. When you divert a stream into a wetland, or when you create a wetland in a stream, or you put a stream into a wetland, you want the outfall of the stream to be at the same elevation as where the stream enters the wetland. Okay, so you want that flat. So we can build up the bottom end so we get that equal. If you don't, what happens is the stream will start eroding and cut down to where it finds a level the whole way up, and you drain your wetland. Okay, we call it a head cut that goes up through. So it's a little more complicated when we deal with moving water versus most of the wetlands that we do, which are just flow off the land. When we have streams, it's just a little bit of more work to do, a little bit around that spillway, making sure that you stop erosion and that kind of thing. So we're going to put this below where the input to the wetland is. Okay, and so it's going to backflow into the wetland. So we're going to put it down just below where Craig is. The water will pool there. It create a pool, good habitat for the native fish, and then flow into the wetland. But we're still going to have that flow going through underneath to allow for the fish to move through there, and then we'll adjust it to make sure we got good flow when we put it in, and then we'll have to adjust the height of it with the chainsaw to make sure that when we get those big flows that a lot of it's going down the drain. But we want to slow those flows down anyway.